Fellas, there's gonna be times where you're gonna not feel how she's feeling, obviously, because you didn't have the surgery. And you sometimes you gotta be like, look, what's better for the situation? To feel validated in what you're feeling, or to do something that makes the relationship better. What's up? We're back with another weekly update on Meet Stephanie. That's the playlist. That's what I called it. I don't know why I called it that, but whatever. It works.
Hi.
So we're going to have to give a little reality on this one, because I feel like the other videos are accurate, but not fully representative of how you really feel. And I feel like it's okay to be honest about that part, because people will want to hear this if they're thinking about it. So,
Ready? Just go.
just unleash it.
Okay. In fact, I started a note in my phone.
You have for all the points you want to hit?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. See?
Okay.
Okay. You don't have to talk about that one if you don't want to. But if you want to, hey.
Just note, the swelling doesn't only end at your stomach. Down below your stomach, it gets very swollen and it hurts a lot. So something to think about. It's just it's weird, but the little girl down there gets quite swollen. It's pretty freaking awful. And then the next thing is the constipation after surgery, because you're taking all the pain pills. It's awful. You have to take something for it. And I would recommend starting prior to surgery with stool softeners and stuff. And we didn't talk about any of this stuff before any of this. In fact, I wanted him to be certain that I didn't ever do that. But yeah.
To be clear, I have no problem discussing my bowel movements, my poop. I talk about it like we're talking about how's the weather. I have no problem. And it's always been a one-sided conversation about it. Well, it's definitely more two-way now. And I was happy about that. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so there's that. So just imagine the most constipated you could ever be, and then more than that. So you're gonna need all kinds of things.
And you can't even push.
You cannot push. At first you can't. Well, now it's a little better, but first you can't push. So think suppositories and enemas. And if you're a little private about your stuff like me, you're in pain, laying on a bed, giving yourself an enema. So it's great. But yeah, my mom volunteered, but I was just absolutely not. So I thugged it out and gave myself one at the hotel. This was weeks ago, but guarantee the constipation, it's there for at least I don't know, a couple weeks. Sleeping is probably the hardest thing at this point, almost 3 weeks, 3 weeks tomorrow. Falling asleep, getting comfortable. What else? Because you're not moving a lot during the day, so you're not getting your body tired. And if I don't get my body tired, it's already harder to fall asleep. 3 weeks in, I'm not taking the pain pills, especially because of the constipation, because they cause it. So I'm hell no to that. So I'm just taking Advil and Tylenol. So falling asleep is really hard. Getting comfortable is really hard. Laying on your side, if you're a side sleeper like me, is super hard. And then I wake up all the time, just 4 times a night I wake up, and it just hurts, and you go to sleep and you can finally get a little bit comfortable, and then you wake up and it's just a lot of weird pain. It changes. The swelling is, I've heard other people refer to it as like swell hell, because towards the end of the day you tend to get more swollen after you've eaten, done walking or whatever. It's just, the swelling is crazy. Like, and I'm way less swollen than I was before, way less, but I'm still swollen. Like, I still don't feel like me. And it hurts. Still hunched over, not quite so much.
Yeah, you're standing a lot straighter than the last time I was here.
Yeah. Like when you do walk hunched though, it like really kills your back. Like it feels like your lower back just kind of wants to like explode. So there's that. And it's like, 3 weeks in, and I know that a lot of people by 2 weeks or by 3 weeks will be standing straight, but because I had such bad swelling, my healing is probably set back at least a week. So I'm hoping this week is like the magical week where I start to feel better. And when you eat, you get full really fast, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but then you're always like kind of hungry. And it's not like you want to stand up and cook yourself a meal. So if you live alone like me, you're freaking spending a ton of money on like DoorDash and Uber Eats and stuff, and then it's like not the best food for you either. So that part sucks. But I've been trying to be good. That was my list. But I think that like I've heard other people mention that around like the second week you start to feel like depression because you can't do the things for yourself that you are used to being able to do. Like, I'm super independent and have been forever. I'm used to like, oh, I'm hungry, I'm gonna get in the car and go to the store and get myself like whatever to cook, or just go to the gym, or I'm bored, I'm gonna go shopping, or I want to go look at clothes, or just like anything, doing anything for yourself, like taking out the garbage, because I can't lift that heavy of a bag right now. So just like all those little things that make you and like feel independent, you can't do, and it's sad. It's like super depressing. I know I've called you crying twice this week, and I've probably never called you crying ever before this surgery. So
Yeah.
I don't think I have.
I
I
can't.
don't think I have.
I just noticed that you're not very, I wouldn't say, you're not really like happy. Like your mood is very unhappy right now. And I mean, we don't live in the same city. I'm about an hour and a half away. And I usually come on the weekends. This weekend I wasn't gonna come because I had some things to do. And last night you were upset, and let's just call it what it is. Like, you were upset because you felt that we hadn't talked on the phone, because we didn't for, was it 2 days?
Yes.
2 days we haven't talked on the phone, but we've texted. And like the conversation was about, her wanting me to call her, where I was saying, well, why didn't you just call me? Now, part of this is women and men being different. I get that. But the other part was like, as we were having this conversation and as I was telling you the logic of why we are okay still, I also knew that you weren't trying to hear that at that point. And so I just, last night, 10 o'clock, I said, you know what? I'm just going to come there and we're going to get you right, because you were also saying like you wasn't eating healthy and you wanted to go get some food. So that's why we're here. I'm here now. We're in the parking lot of Costco.
Yeah.
So this is about to happen. So yeah, fellas, there's going to be times where you're going to not feel how she's feeling, obviously, because you didn't have the surgery. And sometimes you got to be like, look, what's better for the situation? To feel validated in what you're feeling, or to do something that makes the relationship better? And sometimes they're the same and sometimes they're not. But as long as you're doing something that makes the relationship better, then it's the right thing. So that's why I'm here. Okay. So I'm going to go now and we're going to go shopping and then get her food. Right now, I'm going to go find a cart for her to ride around in. She's claiming she can walk up there, and she probably can. I just don't want to figure that out today, right this one moment. So, is there anything else you want to add to it?
He's the best. Well, except when he didn't call me for 2 days.
So yeah, but we did talk through text. It wasn't like we didn't talk at all. I don't want y'all to think that. But she wanted to actually hear my voice, and so there you have it. So anyhow, just remember, you gotta think about the big picture.
Well, like I was trying to say last night, but you just said, never mind, I'm coming. But like the people after 3 weeks, like I'm still hurting, and like whoever has the surgery is still very much like not okay and healing. I mean, maybe some people are, and just that sucks for me, but whatever. But like the friends and like the family and stuff that might have been like calling like the first week or maybe even the second, like they're done checking on you. So I was like saying, to Ericson, like, you're the only one that's like really been there and understood how this is, like my mom's coming over and hanging out, but like it's different. It's different energy. And so like, yeah, like other people aren't really like, they're just kind of, people get over checking on you. Like nobody wants to check on you for 3 weeks when you're like not feeling good. Like it's just a downer. So you're like my number one.
Yeah. And
number one and only.
as I was listening to you, and I mean, usually when I talk or I say something, like I make sure my point has no flaws in it. Like I really pride myself in fact checking myself before I say it. Because that's just me. Like if I'm going to say it, it has to actually make sense. And then once I realized it wasn't about me being right in the moment. It was about a need that needed to be met in the moment. And so I realized that was the time that, okay, well, either I'm going to spend the next 2 hours on the phone with you, or I'm going to spend the next hour and a half driving to you, and then this is going to end. And that's literally what happened. Because when I got there was no fighting. There was no nothing. You were asleep. Like I came in, I rubbed your belly, and I passed out.
Never fight.
You know what I'm saying. No disagreement. We didn't disagree on that.
And your points usually are pretty airtight, because I usually just say, okay, right, or agree to disagree.
Yeah.
I don't.
I just threw a cart into. Oh, okay, all right, that's what we're doing. All right, okay. So yeah, just food for thought. Anyhow, I know this video getting long, so right now I'm gonna go and get the cart.
I'm gonna walk.
No. Do you really want to walk?
I kind of do.
Oh man. All right, okay. All right, she's gonna walk. That's what we're doing. So I'll probably get some B-roll in the store shopping.
Yeah, my mom's calling me.
This is us. We're walking.
He let me walk.
Don't be done. Don't say it like that. Like I let you walk. Like, I'm like controlling.
Him that I am capable.
So we're gonna try to get up there right now. I always wonder. I mean, I do YouTubes, but like when people are out in public and you're getting shots, like how weird is it to hold the camera up and then other people are looking at you holding the camera up and they're like wondering, like, what are you doing? Like, I'm doing a YouTube, bitch.
But nobody's around us to look at us except them up there.
she is hunched right now, but like she's definitely more straight than before, like for sure.
Oh, another thing I forgot to say before. You get tired so quick.
Oh yeah, I remember that when I had COVID.
Yeah, it's just like that. Like, I walked up and down the stairs for something yesterday and I was out of breath and my son was like freaking out. He's like, I didn't want you to have surgery.
I got the card. You ain't gonna be able to go too fast though. Oh. There she is.
Rolling up.
Okay. So I just got you this nice new 2022. This ain't even out yet.
Yeah, you got me a car?
There you go. Damn.
I hope I can drive this better than...
Okay, we're gonna do this. I think we can get everything in this cart. I don't need to wrap everything.
Is there
This is back, and that's forward.
Okay.
It might be a little jumpy, but it doesn't go that fast. There you go.